recording now, you are very welcome here to our interview today for Read DL. So just to begin, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and maybe telling us a little bit about your role in Jigsaw.
Hi, Karen. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having us and inviting Jigsaw to the table. And more specifically, myself. When I was asked, I was delighted because reading is very much part of my life and my world and always has been. So I'm pretty happy from a personal level to being involved. Um, yeah, so I'm the clinical manager in Jigsaw Donegal. So Jigsaw, we're a youth mental health service and we support young people between 12 to 25 who may experience mild to moderate mental health concerns from stress, low mood, family problems, bereavement, lots of different things. So we offer up to 8 sessions, but we also do a lot of work in our community and building how we as a community support our young people with mental health, and how do we build a capacity of people who work and care for young people as well. So I work as part of a lovely team down on the Pierce Road in Letterkenny, and we cover all of Donegal. So that's sort of Jigsaw in a sort of very small nutshell. Is there anything else that would be helpful to know on that, Karen?
Well, obviously, you know that we were delighted to get the opportunity to work with you for the festival here for Read DL. And you know that Read DL, we're an annual initiative. We encourage young people across the community to read the same book for a 6 week period. So, because we are so focused on reading, and also given the fact that our book this year is Brilliant by Roddy Doyle and it focuses on the theme of depression and low mood. Maybe you can give us a little bit of an insight in terms of what the benefits would be around reading for a person's mental health.
Yeah, I actually read the book myself. So brilliant. A really good book, and I think it really tapped into the world of mental health that people live in, but the supports that people can do and the power that young people have to support their own mental health, but to support each other and the world around them's mental health. And that sometimes it can be very easy to fall into poor mental health when there's a lot of stress or strain, but that through hard work and through working together that people can overcome that and improve relationships overall. So a brilliant book, pardon the pun.
So don't worry, we've been saying that all the time. So.
yeah. It's really impressive. Ronnie Doyle is coming to chat to you over the next few days. It's brilliant.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah. So in terms of reading for mental health, reading has huge benefits for mental health. I think we underestimate reading. We do it in all parts of our lives. We read to learn, and when we learn, we feel more confident about something. We can maybe feel that we can talk about it more. We might read for school, which might not be the most enjoyable thing all the time, but it helps us to progress in other areas of our life when we read and we learn, and we build our brain up, and like a brain gym, we're strengthening our brain through doing that. But we also read for ourselves, and it can help us wind down. There's research to say that reading helps with stress and reducing stress. Even 15 minutes per day can be a big help to reducing stress. Concentration as well, it can be a big thing. Again, that brain gym, strengthening our brain to be fit to focus, concentrate, have better vocabulary, and ability, even though I might not be showing that myself at the minute, better vocabulary, so we feel more confident in how we're talking to people, and we have the language to talk and to express ourselves as well. What else can it do? It can also help us empathize, particularly fiction. If we read fiction, it can help us understand people, and we spend more time reading someone's journey and someone's story. And there has been some evidence to say that over time that can also improve how we empathize with others in our day-to-day lives, which is a really useful thing to connect with people.
That's great. So you're talking about in terms of empathy, because that's a huge element of this book, being able to start to recognize that everybody's experiences may be different, and to have that understanding going forward as you grow up is a very good awareness to have. But also, like you said, you know, when we're focusing on our sense of self, reading is a really nice way of relaxing, for unwinding, for trying to avoid those stress levels during time. Maybe when you're in school and you've got lots of tests coming up, or maybe lots of homework, and all of those sort of things can make you feel stressed. So it's very useful. So this is a great form of self-care, but maybe you can tell us or give an explanation to everybody who's watching today what self-care is, and then how reading can really help with that sense of self-care.
Yeah. I suppose when we think about self-care, most to all people have phones nowadays, and there's lots of different apps and things we're running. Some people are on them more than others, and there's days you're on it more than others. But if you think about your body and yourself as your phone, and there's days your apps are running, they're draining your battery. It's all draining your battery. But self-care is like charging your phone. It's like adding to it and giving you more power. But you must do that in order to function, because if you keep using your phone and your apps and all of that, you drain out and you're not fit to do the things that you need or want to do, which we all want to be fit to do. So self-care, the way I would explain it, is how we recharge ourselves. And that's where we often hear about the 5 a day for our good mental health. Or 5 a day for our physical health, and again our fruit and veg in, which is all very important. But in Jigsaw, and we think about 5 a day for our mental health as well. And I might share a wee video just to even explain that in maybe a better way. So where is it? So can you see that, Karen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm going to pull this back and share this little short video just around the 5 a day for good mental health.
We all know that eating 5 or more portions of fruit and vegetables every day is good for our physical health. But did you know there are 5 things we can do every day to support our mental health too? Connect. Spend time with friends or family. Talk. Relationships matter. Be active. Go for a walk or a run. Step outside, get some fresh air. Exercise makes you feel good. Take notice. Look up. Be aware of the world around you and of what and how you are feeling right now. Keep learning. Try something new. Take up an instrument. Try a new recipe. Join a group, learn to dance. Give. Do something nice for a friend or for a stranger. Thank someone. Give them a smile. Be kind.
That is absolutely lovely. I love the idea of looking and being aware of everything that's around you and starting to reconnect with the world around you. It's such a lovely thing to be aware of, and it's something that the kids do in the book. You know, they become more aware of the animals and the different brilliant things that are around them. So that's just such a lovely way to connect with the book, I think. So, you know, it's really good advice.
Yeah.
Fantastic advice.
Brilliant. And I suppose when I was thinking about the 5 a day along with the book, but also how reading can play a part of that. Reading can often be to learn, and we learn new things and new skills through that, which is fantastic. And that's one of our 5 a day. But we can also use reading to connect. I know over the past year, my family, we've been sharing books. So one person reads it and then you send it down to my dad, and then my mom reads it, and then we have a chat about it. And did you read that? And what did you think of that? So it's a good way of connecting and hearing other people's experiences. A lot of book clubs are happening now as well, and you see that quite regularly, the Zoom book clubs and stuff. And then as well, the taking notice. Reading can be a form of mindfulness, and sort of that, as you said, noticing what's going on around you, but notice how you feel when you're reading, or what state of mind or what state are you feeling in that moment. So it's really certainly something that can connect a few different elements of the 5 a day, even giving your books to somebody else and sharing and all of the rest.
Yeah, so that again, I love that idea, that sense of connection. And as you pointed out, there's so many new book clubs that are starting to develop as a result of our situation that we're in now. So there are so many positives that can come with it too. So in many ways, our world has become a little bit smaller, so we can connect with lots of other people. Like I know clubs that are global, so it's lovely to be able to do that and to connect with so many people in that way. It's a really lovely idea. And you've mentioned so much about reading, how it helps you relax, how it helps you potentially to connect with others, to give you that sense of sort of mindfulness in the moment sort of perspective. But if there were any other, like I suppose Brilliant is the book that we're looking at, but would you have any other recommendations for other books that young people could potentially read that would help them with their mental health?
Definitely, there's lots and lots of things out there to read to support young people's mental health. I suppose I wouldn't like to say one at the minute, but we have Jigsaw as a whole and Donegal Libraries were part of the project of what's called Read Your Mind, and it's what's called a bibliotherapy project. So sometimes we can work ourselves in that through learning a little bit more about our mental health and skills and techniques that will help us. And that's where these particular therapeutic books can help. So there's been a review of all the different therapeutic books completed by the clinicians in Jigsaw, along with some of our partners. And a list has been developed, and it's in the library for anybody to pick up. Whatever might be appropriate depending on what you're feeling or experiencing. There's also stuff for parents in there as well if they would like some support. Also, I have a wee video which will also probably explain this better. We love a good video in Jigsaw.
Oh, we do. We love videos here at Read DL.
So maybe I'll share this and hopefully it works. And so we'll see, make sure that you guys can hear this. Yep.
Yeah.
We all learn about how to look after our mental health in different ways. Talking to a family member, a friend, or a professional can help, but sometimes it can also be useful to find out for ourselves by reading a book. Bibliotherapy is using books as a form of therapy to help our mental health. It is evidence-based and recognised as a useful support for managing low mood, stress, anxiety, and other mental health difficulties. The Read Your Mind project, which is a collaboration between Jigsaw and libraries around the country, offer a catalogue of book suggestions across 14 different topics, such as anxiety, self-esteem, and bullying, and allows you to borrow a book for free at participating libraries. Whether you are a young person, a parent, a youth worker or teacher, there may be a book to support your mental health or the mental health of someone you care about. If you would like to access the catalogue of recommended books or find a list of participating libraries, log on by clicking on the link below.
That's such a fantastic resource to have, and it's great for young people across Donegal to be aware of, and also their parents as well. So it's wonderful to be able to get access to so many books, and this is the main thing that we try to encourage within Read DL. The more you read, and like you said, that sense of connection is huge when everybody picks up a book. We've had so many wonderful facilitators like yourself who've taken part in the festival this year and have really shown how you can connect through the love of reading. So it's a great thing to do, and it's also as well a great thing to be more aware of your mental health, and because of the fact that there are books out there to help educate you and to teach you about how to look after yourself in lots of different ways, that's just a bonus. So if you can combine your love of reading with looking after yourself in the form of self-care, then why not? So it's
Definitely. I
fantastic.
think it's something though to be mindful though. Sometimes we need to be in a calmer state to read those books. So if we're really heightened, sometimes it's not the best time to read that type of book. It might be something more easy read, but when you feel a bit more settled, it can be a good time to think about that stuff further.
Yeah, that's a really good point to make. So it's about knowing when to approach those types of books, or when to use reading as a form of de-stressing, relaxing if you need to, if you feel like you need to take a step back and become, like you said, more aware with everything.
Yeah, like you wouldn't read a school book before you go to bed. You tend not to. You wouldn't want to be doing that. You would want to be thinking about it before you go to bed. So similarly, it's finding the right time for the different types of reading that you might do to make sure that you can still get on with your day and that it's helpful to you.
Perfect. And before we finish up today, I was just wondering, what was your favorite part of the book?
I loved when they were going through the zoo and all the animals were kind of half talking to them and they didn't know what was going on, and then they figured out that the flamingo walking through the big, I was visualizing this big pink flamingo walking through all the kids, so it was really cool, and just the support that it was like the animals were cheerleaders, and often I find my job can be like a cheerleader for our young people, so it was really good to see that. It's a brilliant book, it's excellent.
It is.
Recommend it.
Suitable title for a brilliant book. So,
brilliant. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all your help today, Laura. You have been fantastic, and for taking part in the Read DL Festival this year. So thank you so much, and we will chat to you again very soon.
Lovely. Thank you for having me. Take care. Bye bye.